Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
So my wife and I, we're in our mid-30s, and we are so close to baby step 7, we can feel it. But we have one small hurdle that we got to jump over to get there, and differing opinions kind of on how to resolve it, and hoping to get some advice, and maybe you guys can break a tie for us.
Perfect. Can't wait. What is it? What's going on?
All right. So we've knocked out all of our debt using the baby steps. We paid off about $350,000 worth over about 2.5 years.
Wow.
$350,000 you guys paid off?
Yeah. Well, not all paid off. We sold stuff. I mean, we had everything under the sun.
Wow. Well done.
Automobiles and campers, and I don't even like camping. So all we have left now is our primary home, and we do have a vacation home. And what we want to do is sell our primary home and move into the vacation home, which we like better anyways. And basically, the net proceeds from selling our main house will pay off our vacation home, which will become our primary residence.
Wow, great.
The problem, yeah, so we're ready to go. The problem is I bought the vacation home prior to our marriage, and I unfortunately bought it from a friend. He's carrying the note. And when I kind of brought up to him, excited that, hey, I'm going to have a big check for you, he kind of pushed back, and, he's kind of saying he wants to spread his capital gains tax over the 10-year note that we'd agreed upon at the 4% interest rate, and kind of just, park his money in that investment. So my question is, how do I do this? I don't want to burn a friendship. My wife wants me to just slap a check on his desk, but she doesn't have to play golf with him on Saturday morning. So I'm not really sure how to approach this conversation without,
so he basically, he basically kept the mortgage in his name, and you just pay him the mortgage payment, and he pays for it.
No, we did it all legit. We went through a title and escrow company, and we drafted up a purchase agreement. And basically, it's just a loan from him. Basically, I did a 20% down payment with him, and I do pay him, basically as the bank. But I am on the title, the deed, all that stuff.
Okay. So it is your home.
Correct.
I mean, yeah, it's your home, and he's just the bank, is what that is.
Just seller financing.
Yes, correct. And I wish I didn't do this because now I'm in this situation. But yeah, basically, when I brought up to him that I owe him about $500,000, and I have the ability, once we sell this primary home, to pay him off. But he just doesn't sound very excited about it. He wants to just go per the terms of our agreement, pay it off over 10 years, so he can expense that capital gains over the 10 years rather than.
Has he actually talked to a tax pro to see if this loan repayment counts as income?
Well, he said that was for. Yeah, so, it does, because he has to pay tax on the interest portion of it, I think. And then, on the principal, he's, it's capital gains rate, I believe, because it was paid off, for him. Yes. So to answer your question, yes, he said he talked to his CPA, and basically if I pay it off, he will have to pay capital gains on the proceeds. Yes.
Is there anything in the contract that you signed with him that would prohibit you from just paying it off?
And that's the issue. There's not. I've read over it 100 times, and it's like legally and all that, I can, go pay it off.
Yeah. So boo-hoo, friends. Here's your $500,000.
I mean,
you're going to have to pay taxes on it.
Did he not make money off of this? Did he not benefit from this whole thing?
No, yeah, he's going to make a lot of money off of it. He bought it 25 years ago, so he's going to make quite a bit. I guess my worry is that I'm either going to upset my wife or my friend, right? Because it's like she
or
wants
your
to
life,
have it
Dustin, or your life. You guys have freaking paid off $350,000 in that. Like, you guys are on a plan together for your life, and you did this side deal with a friend, and your life has changed, and your priorities and your goals have changed, and so. Sorry, friend. It's not like you're putting your friend in debt. Boo-hoo. He gets $500,000, and he's going to have to pay some taxes on it.
He can wipe his tears with $100 bills.
Sorry, dude. Right. And I'm being very insensitive. If I were you, I would feel much worse because it is a good friend.
I don't have a lot of empathy for the friend.
I mean, yeah, Dustin, the writing's on the wall. You have to do what's best for you and your family. It'd be very unwise to make an unwise financial decision for you and your family because of the feelings of a friend.
And so I guess that's just going to be a hard conversation I need to have with him and say, listen, this is
100%. And I think you can give him some time and say, hey, I'm not doing this tomorrow. Our goal is to do this in 12 months or whatever the goal is for you guys when you sell your primary home, all of that. Like if you can kind of map out a timeline, give him some time and space and just say, hey, yeah, this isn't happening tomorrow, but it will be happening in the next year. And I looked over the agreement that we signed, and I'm sorry, I know it's not ideal in your situation, but this is our values and our priorities with our families to be completely debt-free. And And yeah, this is what we're deciding to do. And again, Dustin, you're not like completely screwing the guy. Like it's, do you know what I mean?
Like, hey,
you're
I'm not paying you the debt back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, yeah, that's the thing.
He's a little older, and that was part of it too. Is he's like, well, and he gave me a great interest rate at 4%. He's like, well, I can kind of guarantee to make my 4% on that money. And he, like I say, he's a little older. In reality, he can just go park that in a high yield and make that. That was kind of the point I was trying to bring up to him. And he just didn't seem jazzed about it, and it put me in a weird situation where I'm like, man, I don't want to like burn a friendship with a guy that I've had a long friendship with, but at the same time, it's not matching up with the goals.
Well, and I'll be honest too, if you're a friend, I'm like trying to put myself in his position, right? If I ever was in that deal. And I had a young guy come to me and be like, oh my gosh, we're able to get out of this deal because we have the cash, we have the money, we're so excited, we're going to be debt free. Like you would hope that it doesn't burn a friendship, that in fact
be happy for
he
him.
Celebrates with you. And you know what I mean? Which I know like this way of thinking is different, to celebrate being
and be
debt free.
Thankful a friend paid me back, which is very rare in today's world. And the other thing, Dustin, is that when he loaned you this money, the relationship already changed. It turned into a business partnership transaction, and it moved away from friendship. And so this is what happens with friendships. So the truth is, if you pay it off and he decides to not be your friend, was he really your friend?
Yes, George. You know what I mean?
There's a piece of it, though.
I know
it's
what you're
just
saying.
like,
I know what you're saying. It
I would never
changes the relationship.
burn a friendship over them paying me back.
Like, yeah, that's it.
So that's what I'm saying.
If he really, Dustin, is not your friend anymore after this, then like, to George's point, then he's looking to make money off of you. You know what I mean? Like it feels weird if he is going to cut ties with you as a friend because of this move. That's weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. I don't think that would happen. It's just, I guess I hate to even say this. I guess I'm kind of just being a sissy about having the conversation because of the vibe I got when I brought it up, a couple times over. And I even told, my thought was just, let's just park our money that we make from the primary home in a high yield and just pay him off. And then I kind of, we're quote unquote, we feel debt free ish because the money's there.
But
my wife says, she's so excited because we did so good on the first, 6 steps, call it, that she's ready to just finish, quote unquote, finish the journey and be done.
Yes.
Listen
to your wife, Dustin.
Her vote counts 1,000 times more than any of my friends. Yeah. And I love my friends.
And you have a little bit of that people pleaser in you, Dustin. I hear it. And so, yeah, this is grown up stuff, and be a man, suck it up, and talk to him. And again, if he is weird after this because of this whole thing, like that's a weird guy anyway.
I'm going to add this to
so bizarre.
One more reason to not borrow money from friends. That's the new book.
And family.
Yes, all of it.
This is The Ramsey Show. CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.